Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another daily update. My name is Akash, and today we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin and discuss what's happening in the market, right? It's been a while since I think I last did this update. I was kind of out of sync with the markets. It was kind of hard for me to find the narrative and stick to it. Took a lot of L's along the way. Got my account chopped quite a bit, but I think after taking a day or two of break, analyzing, coming back to the market with a clear mind, uh, devoid of any biases, has helped me. So I've kind of looked at the price action from a low time frame perspective, and I've noticed a lot of manipulation pattern in the price, right? So basically, what the manipulation pattern goes something like this: price forms a high, price forms a low. Either the low gets swept first, and then the high, or the high gets swept first and then the low, right? So once you get this manipulation pattern where liquidity on both the sides are collected, the price continues to rally. Granted, it took quite a while here. After this manipulation pattern was formed, it took a while for the price to rally, right? But even then, right, you can see there was another set of manipulation patterns here. Let me just quickly show you. Again, liquidity collected. Let's go back to the origin of this move. Liquidity collected. There you have it. And then the price basically rallies, right? Even here, right, you can see the price, liquidity collected. This one was basically left uncollected, right? And then the price rally, right? Even here you can see something similar happen. Forms equal highs, liquidity collected, forms a low, almost liquidity collected, forms a double top, double bottom, and then the price rallies. Same here, forms a top, liquidity collected, origin of this move, liquidity collected. Forms a bottom, forms a top. So basically this previous swing high was swept by this particular wick and candlestick over here. And now I'm waiting for the price to bounce or like slice below this particular swing low, which would provide me a market structure break. Technically, like with all the proof that I have here, it basically looks like Bitcoin price. This manipulation pattern basically is followed by a spike in the price. Even here, you can see even this particular manipulation pattern led to a spike. Now the same thing's happening, but I want to go against what's happening in the price action, and I want to short this coin, right? And the reason for me shorting the coin is basically this, right? I'm looking at this ascending parallel channel that you can see. Even on a line graph, it looks extremely perfect, right? The only anomaly is that the price deviated above the upper trend line here. But other than that, things are looking pretty good here for Bitcoin, right? And not only that, we've kind of arrived at this junction where the price is due for a reversal. At the top of that, you can see in a 4 time frame, all these candlesticks have extremely small bodies and long wicks to the top, which basically indicates that the price is undergoing a lot of selling pressure. Just a sec, I'm gonna be shorting Bitcoin right away on my phone. Go here, Bitcoin, sell 2650. What? This is BTC USD. No time to lose. 23,689. Let's do 690.1. Oh. And boom, it's done. Right? So, my thesis was basically there's a lot of selling pressure taking place here, and the fact that it's taking place just above this not historical, but a pretty consistent level of resistance makes me want to short this. But on top of that, basically, this manipulation pattern applies for a. It looks a lot like distribution pattern. It doesn't look like accumulation. Accumulation usually looks something like this, right? Price forms a low, sweeps the high, and then does the same thing again, right? Basically, you get this, and then another sort of accumulation and higher lows. Basically, this is what an accumulation looks like. But what's happening here clearly indicates that it is a topping process. And on top of that, if you look at what's happening here, it looks an awful lot like a triple tap setup. Basically, it forms a high, deviates above the high, comes back down and deviates, retests the formed high again, right? So this is the reason why I want to short this. So let's the my take profit levels will be around this level here at 23,274, basically because this is an order block, since the rally that emerged from this order block swept, or like basically produced a higher high relative to the swing high formed on 20th July. So technically this is an order block. So what I'm expecting is for the price to bounce off this to this, but once I get a breakdown below this, I am gonna be primed. I'm gonna be shorting this again with a lot of volume, and then hopefully shorting it down to 21,500, 600. But if you look what's happening here on a 1-day time frame, this order block was a demand zone, but the price kind of invalidated this demand zone and then rallied higher. So technically this one is invalid, but now this one becomes an order block because the rally that emerged from this particular order block produced a market structure break. Technically, the price should go all the way down to 21,342. So from a lower time frame perspective, I've shorted Bitcoin around here, which was 23,690. And I'm going to be keeping my stop losses above this level here. And if you look at what's happening on a higher time frame perspective, relatively higher, I am looking at a 9% drop. Now, this is not just, I'm hoping this is a Pico top, because if this happens, we get something like this. That's what I'm expecting right now, right? Once this demand zone breaks, let me just make this into demand zone. Right, so technically this is the demand zone, but if you look at what's happened here with the VIX, it is an invalidated demand zone, right? So once we get a breakdown below this level here and then a retest of this, it's going to be flipped into a bearish breaker, right? It's a perfect setting. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at, guys. And on top of that, if you look at what happened between basically 11th May and 10th June, and the price action that followed this was basically a bear flag, where before this consolidation, whatever price actions happened, it basically repeats, right? So if you look at what's happening here, you see something similar, a massive drop. If this pattern holds true, you are looking at a crash that could put Bitcoin anywhere from 13.6k to 12, roughly anywhere from 13k to 12k is what I'm expecting. This is going to be a macro bottom for, at least from my analysis, and this is what I'm going to be sticking to. Right? Yeah, that pretty much sums up my take on Bitcoin. I want to do Ethereum, but my laptop's already started lagging. So that's it for today, guys. So hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.